And if I talk about me, I'm fantastic. I'm doing great. Okay, so today we are going to have a normal conversation based on
Mhm.
how someone who is a beginner or maybe an intermediate level, how they can improve their spoken English, what are the tips, what are the action that they can implement in their daily routine so that they'll be able to boost their spoken English skills. Okay, so Swati, I
Right.
I want your journey, how you started it, how you learned it.
Okay, sure. Do you want any intro or you know about me?
No, please give your introduction first.
Can converse with people, and I had this dream to speak in English. So yes, I have seen some video where people on YouTube like conversing with each other. They both are learners, and they are improving day by day. So that clicked on my mind, and I thought that I should also should have my own YouTube channel. So if I have a YouTube, can be consistent with this journey. So in this way, I started my journey. So yes, I started my journey with this language and with the YouTube. So this
Okay.
was the motivation and the inspiration behind it.
So if I
So
ask
please,
you,
you also
Swati,
share your journey. Mhm.
yeah, I'll solely share my journey too. I want to know
Mm.
how much time in approximate you have taken to learn this language.
Okay, I must say that I have knowledge like grammar knowledge or everything I can understand before speaking. But if I talk about speaking, it takes 2-3 months to adjust because you can't speak as well as what are you thinking. I think at initially you will not able to match what you want to say or what you are thinking. Like your idea is scattered here and there, and you are also not very familiar with the words, how to pronounce, how to make sentence while speaking. Whether you are very fluent in your mind, but when time to speak, you always can't match like your thinking and your like speaking. So yes, it takes time,
Right.
like 2-3 months, because at initial I was nervous while talking with the YouTuber or maybe learner. But now I can feel comfort while talking with them because I think I am consistent and I am practicing day by day. So yes, it I think it takes 2-3 months to be habitual or to be like expressive at this language. So I
Okay.
have a little bit knowledge of English, so it helped me in my journey.
Okay, so basically, if I talk about in the background, you was aware about basics of grammar, you was aware
Yes,
about how to frame a sentence, and when
yes, yes,
you've been consistent for 2 to 3 months, then you basically boost it more, right? So
yes,
you
yes. With
basically give
consistency.
a great training to your tongue to how to speak and
Yes,
everything. Okay. So I think if we have a basic idea of grammar, framing sentence, then it's easy for us to learn this language more and to be skilled more. Okay. So
yes.
if I, to be very honest, when I was in third or fourth class, um, I was crazy to learn this language. Like at
Mhm.
that time, I wasn't aware about its importance, how it plays a great role in our career and to communicate people outside. I wasn't having any idea about it. What I knew at that time was that if I'll speak in English, then the people around me will praise me, they will listen to me, because I've been grown up in a kind of society, in a kind of environment and family where people, I've seen people always giving importance to them who speaks in English. So I was just have that craze only. So when I
Mhm.
got the opportunity, when I got the admission in English medium school, and I got the opportunity to have English textbook and the teacher around me who knows English, I just wanted to use this opportunity to the fullest. So I started reading English books entire day. I started highlighting English word, and I started to approach my teachers, ma'am. So please give me an idea. How will we pronounce this word? What is the meaning of this word? How we are going to frame a sentence? So I was just having that craze in my mind, and that's where I started. Giving my 100 or 200% to this language unknowingly. Entire day I was doing that, and when I started speaking English a little slower, or maybe that was broken or incorrect, I wasn't aware that that was correct or incorrect. But when I started speaking in English, in front of my relatives, in front of my society, they were like, they started to praise me and my parents too. Like my parents are giving me a great education. She speaks in English, and that give me a different kind of motivation at that time. So that's how I started. I will not say that from that time I am consistently learning this language. It was an inconsistent journey, but yes, that those days I used to have a basic idea, great vocabulary from that point of time. But yes, when I started my college and my job career basically, then when I enter into a professional world, I understood its importance. Whenever we go for an interview or we go outside to communicate with the clients or the colleagues, then they all were speaking in English, and that time I realized, no, I have to work more harder. I need to push myself harder to learn it more. And then again I started learning this language, to give a reading, at least 40 to 45 minutes every day, to learn new vocabulary. And slowly and gradually I realized that I was having a great tab on this language, and this is how I learned it. But still I work, because I consider myself as a learner right now also. So I always try to give 1 to 2 hour in a day for this language, taking help of chat GPT, learning new idioms of phrase in a day, and to read any book, motivational book or something like that, so that I can have that clarity in my voice, and my tongue and my brain be in that habit of thinking and speaking in English. So this is my entire journey. Uh, it
That's
was
really,
quite long,
yes,
but
it
this
was
is how I
wonderful
started it.
because everyone have their own, obstacle like while learning this language. So how we did, overcome those obstacle or challenges. So the people who will see us, they can, also apply like how they can also start while, have while looking us or while watching us because we are sharing our, practical like methods.
Yes.
How did we learn and how they can also learn because everyone
Yeah.
have a little knowledge maybe of English but not able to speak. So yes, you have to definitely create your own environment. Try to learn like you said that you learn every day like 1 2 idiom or phrases or words. And it is also very important like while learning this language you can have only if you are learning only one vocab it's enough, but you have to learn every single day new things. So in this way you can reach your
Right.
vocab, your pronunciation, your how to form sentence, how to say in a better way, how to be expressive. And in this way we also feel confident while speaking because I am experienced
Right,
because
exactly.
yes, at initially was not very confident, but now I'm a bit confident if I compare myself earlier when I started. So yes, in this way the journey of
Okay.
English you learn a lot. Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
So, Swati, if I ask you that, what would be one action, or a step or a tips that you want to share, who is a beginner, that he or she has to follow if they really want to master this language? So, what would be that one action or one tip?
Mhm. Like they they don't sit with only thinking. They should have to take first step to speak. Like you are
Okay.
asking, like learner, those who don't know the grammar part also, or they just have a little bit knowledge. Like
Yeah, I think
like you are
nowadays
asking.
people have that little
Yes.
knowledge. So if they
Hmm.
know
So
the
yes.
basic of
So
something.
yes. So yes, I definitely, advise them they should start, not sit with thinking only, because taking a first step always feel like challenging. Our mind don't want to take first step, and when we take like first step, automatically we come in the zone of momentum, and that momentum end up like our give us or push forward to to do another things like in this language. So yes, they should take action. They should at least they
Exactly.
can try to speak with themselves. If they have any fear in their mind or fear of judgment, they can start actually speaking, take first step. And yes, definitely, if you speak every single day, like whether you are speaking with yourself or any partner, over a period of time you will be able to be feel comfortable. But you have to take with someone if you have partner, because there are many audio app where you can have partners and you can use free of cost those apps. So yes, in this way you can feel
Hmm.
confident. You have to take first step. Yes. So my advice to take
Right.
action.
Right,
Hmm.
Swati, and I do agree with you totally. Because in my classes, I think 1 or 2 day before, there was a student who was asking like, I just suggested him to speak in English entire day, and I suggested him that if you don't have anyone to speak, then just keep talking to yourself in English, whatever you're doing entire day. He was like, okay, ma'am, but whenever I used to meet my friend or somebody, then I do have that kind of fear of speaking in English. Like if I speak in English and if I'll make any mistake, he will start laughing at me. So he said that
The fear of
what
judgment always in our mind.
he was like, what should I do whenever I go my college? At that time, I don't speak in English because they are my friend, and they will like, if I'll make any mistake, then they'll start laughing at me, start making fun of me. And I suggested him that doesn't matter whether you're speaking wrong or right. What matters is speaking only, and you need to
Mhm.
eliminate those people from your environment who are pulling your leg, who are trying to put you down. And you need to create that environment where you have those those people who can appreciate you, who can help you to go
Mhm.
forward in your journey, whatever you're doing. And apart from it, the most important thing is that you need to speak. Don't think whether you're speaking right or wrong. Like you said, the first step is speaking only, right? Without speaking, if we'll keep thinking, oh my god, one day I'll start speaking in English, I have to learn this, learn that, I don't know vocabulary, I don't have any knowledge of grammar. So if we'll keep procrastinating by making these kind of excuses, then you will never gonna to
Mhm.
speak in English. So you have to take that first step now, right? I think that's important. And yes,
Right, right.
one more thing, like when we start speaking in English, after a certain period of time, you will start realizing yourself. Like it will help you to show you a mirror. You will start realizing what are my weak areas. Am I unable to frame a
Right.
sentence? Am I unable to find the right word to use in my sentence? Or am I lacking on grammar part or pronunciation part, whatever? And after realizing your strength and weaknesses, it will be easy for us to work and to grab that particular part, right? So I
Right.
think this step is really important. Okay. So, Swati, you said that you have a great knowledge of grammar before starting your spoken English journey. So I want to know, like, does grammar play any role, in spoken English? Because a lot of people, I have talked with the different kind of people where someone says like, no, grammar doesn't have any role in the spoken English. Some people says like, no, we should have a basic idea of grammar. But I want to know about your journey, what you realized. Do we really need to have a basic idea of grammar, or we can completely ignore it and we can start just with this spoken English? So what's your experience?
Okay. Yes, after experience of learning this language like spoken English, I realized that yes, those who are very beginner, those who don't know a basic part of grammar like subject, verb, agreement, so they have some basic knowledge of this grammar. And those people like me, because my education like from English medium, and I know the grammar part. So I don't need to much rely on grammar, because when we start to speak, and if I, more focus on grammar, then I can be puzzled according to my experience. So I know little bit grammar. So my focus must be on more and more listening, watching, or only speaking. So, with the journey, you can learn grammar automatically. I think if you know the knowledge of a basic grammar. So yes, when you firstly like 2 3 months, you just focus on more and more speaking. But after when you realize that yes, now I am able to express myself, I am able to articulate my thoughts in English, then you can also work on some grammar part. Because if you want to improve more and more, so you also know some good grammar, how to make frame sentence in a good way. So that time you can focus someday on grammar and again try to speak and try to apply those grammar while speaking. But those who are very beginner, those who don't know the grammar, how to English, then they have to know some basic grammar. But those who already know the grammar, they don't need to work so much on grammar. They just focus on their spoken part. Yes, they can listen, watch content in English, and while doing some work on that, they automatically learn. Yes. So my
Okay, so
point of view
basically,
on that.
yes.
Mhm.
So we should have that basic idea so that whenever you're going to
Mhm.
talk about something, you don't make those little silly grammar mistake, right? And if you have that idea, then you can, jump on spoken English directly. Don't need to give a lot of time to grammar. That's, I think, I do agree with you. But yes, you should have that basic idea, because sometime we need to talk about some past events that has occurred, or we are going to talk about future or the present one. Then we'll be able to frame those sentences using correct
Yes.
word, form, and everything. Okay. I think that's fine. Okay, Swati. So we need to wrap up this meeting. So,